Good morning, everyone. Very glad to be back here with everyone. While we load up the presentation here quickly. As Jerry said, I was here last year and gave you kind of a preview of what our plans were with Bisk Education for offering some online, non-credit, non-degree certificate programs. Pleased to say we're live in market with these programs. And so just wanted to share a little bit of some of the key learnings and interesting things we figured out since we've been live with these programs. First of all, again, this is an initiative where we've partnered with a company out of Tampa, Florida, Bisk Education. They trade under the name University Alliance, work with a lot of major universities. At the time we started working with them, most of the schools that you will be familiar with, the Villanovas, the Notre Dames, they were working with a lot of private schools. Today they also have the University of Florida, University of Vermont, as well as ourselves. But just to give you a sense of kind of the backstory, we began this investigation several years ago, really back in 2009, and finally got an agreement in place in June of 2011. Had our first faculty recording in September, went live with our first course in June, which was a supply chain course. Our second course in July, which was a strategic leadership and management course out of our management department. And our third series of courses in hospitality business went online October 1st. To give you an idea of some of the background on this, we have currently, or I should say with our next course launch December 1st, we'll have 10 courses in market in the first year. We have an additional 12 that are in development for launch during really the first half of 2013. In terms of enrollment, as of last Friday, we have 520 course enrollment. So these are individuals that are signing up and taking individual courses. I will say one of the key things that has been different from our experience relative to the Bisk experience with other universities, the students that are signing up for our courses are signing up for entire certificate series. So they're signing up for 3-course, 5-course series as opposed to buying individual courses one at a time. In terms of the participant mix, this is another big shift from what Bisk Education normally sees working with other partners. We've had a very high international enrollment rate. We have a lot of folks from Saudi Arabia, South America, people who probably are coming to Michigan State because of all the great work you all are doing in those markets, but they're connecting with us internationally. The other thing is Bisk normally signs up individuals for these courses. We're finding a lot more corporate engagement and corporate interest in our program. And I think this is a really important point for Michigan State and for the Broad College as an institution, because the reality is our brand is carrying a different cachet in the market than I think we went into this believing. We really thought we were going to be attracting a lot of individuals who were interested in furthering their education, furthering their professional development. And what we're finding is these are people that are embedded in corporate environments, and their corporations are actually encouraging their enrollment in these programs. So we're beginning now a detailed process of establishing MOUs with a lot of corporations and corporate groups. We have a lot of new markets and new individuals that are in our programs. As I mentioned, Saudi Arabia is a big one, South America, and Lansing. Interestingly, we have a person from the Board of Water and Light here in Lansing, Michigan, that enrolled in one of our supply chain courses. My 12 years in executive education at the Broad College, we've never had someone from the Board of Water and Light in any program we've offered. So again, we're reaching people that prior to having these online offerings were simply not connecting with us. We're also beginning to really leverage this online content in some interesting ways. We're using it as a primer. So we had a 3-week study tour of students from SB Jain Institute of Management and Research in Mumbai who came here to campus. We used the online component as a base for content and then did faculty-led sessions in the afternoons over the top of that. Created a very neat opportunity for us and in a way that really preserved faculty time, which is so precious, but really gave the students a great experience. We're also seeing a lot of custom client opportunities. We're being approached by corporations who are saying, how can I take the online learning, blend it with other content specific for my organization, and develop something new and unique? For us in our group, that's what we specialize in. Prior to these online programs, 75% of our revenue came from custom corporate types of programs. And that cachet and that positioning in the market continues even with these online offerings. What we're seeing is now we have a new entree point, a new way to engage people in some of those types of offerings. Having said all this, though, I think the real benefit, at least from us in the Broad College, is it's really changed the conversation. And anybody who's been familiar with the workings of the Broad College can tell you, just as little as a year ago, the conversation was really around, should we be developing and delivering online programs? And now I think the conversation has very safely shifted to how can we leverage the online programs to expand our reach, our value, the impact that we can provide. So hugely successful thus far. We're looking to continue this as we bring on these additional programs, and I'll continue to keep people posted with how we're doing. If there are any other questions, certainly reach out at any time. Yes, Chris?
So you're the first college, congratulations, to partner with an outside group to really provide the production service and marketing service to offer at this scale. That's a lot of classes. That's like one a month, right? I don't know that anybody else has done that.
It's a lot.
Could you have done that without an outside partner?
No, I don't think so. And it's not so much the capabilities, because I think MSU has some phenomenal internal capabilities to develop online courses. I mean, you've seen examples of these through Foxfire events last year, and you will see more today. What helped us was the outside pressure of it not being an internal thing that, oh, I can put off until tomorrow. We engaged the faculty in a way that told them they had clear deadlines and clear commitments that were not just to the institution, but were to an outside organization. Scheduling studio time, doing all sorts of things that I think is primarily what made it successful.
And what about the entrees to the corporate market? Could you have done that without an outside partner?
I don't think so. The reality is they have existing relationships with literally hundreds of organizations, and that got the online message in the door. What's really changing the conversation is the content that we deliver around that message. So I think it's been really successful.
And are you meeting your revenue goals? That's my last question.
Yeah, actually we're ahead. We're ahead of projection. The original projections were that we would be somewhere in the neighborhood of 18 to 20 participants per course. We've had as many as 47 enrolled in courses up to this point.